In this implementation of ASP.NET, we will cover XML data source. So as we have gone through multiple data sources so far, so everything is common, like the particular thing is providing me the data, and this time this will be an XML file which is going to give us the large amount of data. The benefit of working with this XML thing is you can directly use the XML data source in the controls like tree view and menu, which we have already covered during the discussion of navigation control. Along with that, you can also make the changes in the XML document, but not the specific record, but the complete document will be saved when you will make the changes. So let's have a very basic implementation of XML data source, and let's see how to show the particular informations in the controls like tree view or menu. So let's see it practically now. So now for implementing the XML data source, first of all I'll have to get the XML file. For that, you can see here I have a file called data1.xml, inside which I have a document element called Tutorialspoint, and inside this I have the 5 tags named EMP with 3 attributes like EMP ID, first name and department. So now I am good to start with the XML data source. For that, coming to my web page, I will add XML data source, and here I can configure that by browsing the file that is inside data folder data1.xml. Now let's click on OK, and after that I am good to use this XML data source. So for that, as always, I'll get the grid view control from here, and I will choose a data source called XML data source 1. And as soon as I did that, you can see since the data is already available in the XML, it is not coming at the runtime from the database, so I can see the records right here as well. So let me execute this. So as far as this particular file format is concerned, here you can see I have stored the data in form of the attributes. Like EMP tag has the attribute like EMP ID, first name and department ID. But there may be a situation that my data is stored in this form, like in the form of the tags or the elements like EMP ID, first name, department. Here I have the same record, but yes, the way to store the data is different. Here I have stored that in the attributes form, and here in element form. So if I'll go for the XML data source again, and if I'll configure the data source using data2.xml, then in that particular case my XML data source will not be working. Why? Because XML data source only takes the attributes, not the elements. So for that, here I have an XSLT file which is actually the transform file for the XML, and here what I have said is the Tutorialspoint is the template inside which I will pass the same as the document element, and after that here you can see EMP is the tag for which I am looking for, and inside that I am taking all the attributes, and the attributes will be the name of the element and the value will be the text which you have written inside. So I have done it for all the elements, so that is for each. So let's save this, and now I will use this transformation file as well along with that. So again I will come configure data source. This is data2.xml where the data is stored in form of elements, and right after that I can go for the transform file, for which I'll come here all files and I can go for this transform.xslt. Now let's say OK, and again you can see I got the records back. So if I'll execute it, I'll get the record in a very same way. So this is how you can start working with the XML data source.